Hey guys, what's up? We are back in my usual filming space here today to watch episode 9 of Project Alpha. I look a little bit nicer today than usual, if I do say so myself. Thank you if you were complimenting me in your head. Today is Easter when I am filming this, so I am looking a little nicer than I do on the daily basis. Happy Easter to all who celebrate. Happy weekend to those who don't. And happy did Songkran just end? Or is it still going on? I'm not sure how long it is. I think it's a week. If I'm late, happy late Songkran to all of my Thai followers. I know there are a lot of you in my fan base who watches my videos, and I am happy to have you here. I hope you had a nice holiday. Last week, time got away from me. I'm a busy bee, so I was going through it with my calendar. But I have especially made sure to carve time to get this video done. I am filming it way earlier than I usually do because I do not want to go through the same issue as last week where I did not have the time to finish. But that did inspire me to finally watch the official teaser for season 2 of Pit Babe, which I hadn't seen yet. So, silver lining, I suppose. If you haven't already watched that video, please go and check it out. I'm curious as to what all of you think about the upcoming season of Pit Babe. In other news, I have decided finally to DNF my Golden Blood. I'm very disappointed. Every vampire series that has come out so far, I have DNF'd it. 1000 Years, OMG Vampire, and now my Golden Blood, which I love vampire stuff, so it's quite disappointing to me. But oh well, here we are, and here's to hoping that Revamp the Series is everything I could have ever wanted and more. It wasn't even the cheesiness of my Golden Blood that I didn't like. I honestly liked that aspect of it, but just Tong as a character just infuriated me. It's like he was just so deeply uncurious about anything that was going on in the story, even when it directly mattered to him and his life and safety. And I'm like, listen, you don't have to be interested in the supernatural just by default if you don't want to be, but your literal life is in danger and you just don't care. Like, that's crazy to me.
He would have the chance to find answers and just not ask any questions. It was absolutely wild to me since his literal life was in danger.
I just couldn't get past them trying to convince me that Joss and Gawain were like visually like college aged. And I know you can go back to college at any age, but at least Gawain's character Tong was supposed to be 20. And I know he's young. He's younger than me, but he has a very mature face. He doesn't look like a man on the doorstep of manhood, like, or a boy on the doorstep of manhood. He looks like a fully grown, fully fledged man. And he just does not convincingly play that innocent, childish, stubborn thing to me. I just couldn't buy it. If you are enjoying my Golden Blood, I am more than happy for you. I hope it is everything you wanted and more, and I hope it only gets better as the weeks go. I personally had to make some cuts in what I was going to do with my spare time, and that was something that ended up on the cutting room floor. I am, however, still watching Top Form. It is so good. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's not getting the hype it deserves. Also, I feel like to try and not give spoilers, though if you don't want spoilers, just skip past this part. But the most recent events of the most recent episode remind me a lot of stuff that happened in Bedfriend, and it's been really interesting to see the reactions that people have had because I feel like a lot of people have still had the same reactions. And it's just so interesting to see people always want the perfect victim. And in most people's minds, the only perfect victim is a dead one. So I'm just intrigued. I have more thoughts on that. I'm debating making a whole video on it, but I'm still, it's percolating in the back of my mind like a coffee maker. Random interjection, I am filming with natural lighting today and it is cloudy. So the sun might be going in and out from behind clouds. I'm sorry if that annoys you. That is what we're working with. I could just close all the curtains and use my ring light, but I just find natural light so much easier to work with, so much nicer, and I hope you agree. I am also slowly but surely working my way through Hidden Love. I know I'm late to the train on that one. And then when I finish, I want to watch First Frost. So let me know if you've seen that. No spoilers. And please feel free to let me know about the shows you're watching and how your week has been in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Before we get started, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can join the Dramatic family. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 Dramatics, and it would really mean a lot if you would help me out with this goal. I am about 350 away, so I'm really, really close, and I would really like it if you guys could subscribe. And feel free to follow me on my other social medias. They'll be linked in my link tree in the description box below. You can find me on TikTok, Tumblr, Instagram, Blue Sky, and right here on YouTube. And please share this video with a friend who also loves Project Alpha. But without further ado, let's get started. So where we left off, Nut had just been dethroned from his alpha head throne, and he had lost the crown of his furry jacket to Nikki. It was very interesting to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Some of you agreed with me that you didn't think that Nikki deserved to win over Nut. Some of you disagreed, thinking Nikki's performance deserved it. I always love a lively discourse in the comments section, and everyone has been opinionated, but super, super nice. So that has been really, really fun to be in the comments chatting with everybody. And I'm sure at the end of the last episode, they told us who was going to be on what team. But as you know, I don't watch that part. I'm here for the performances and the performances only. And I am okay with that. I can be a little confused. I'll figure it out. Let's get into episode 9. We're going to get the Alpha's performance of the week. I will be very interested to see how it all goes with Nikki, because the previous Alpha group really vibed well together. They had been together since the start of the show. So it'll be interesting to see them with somebody new. Such interesting outfits they have chosen to wear. Luke's voice is just beautiful. It really is. I feel like trying to sing with like a ear clip mic and those big glasses and gloves and a vest would be like a sensory nightmare. Oh, and Lego has headphones on and AirPods. I can't keep AirPods in my ear, they fall out. I think I've said it before, but Fluke really just has the voice of a soloist. Like, not to say that, like, I'm not saying other people are bad, but I think the other people can blend more, maybe? I think is what I'm trying to say. As somebody who lived through the 90s, it is so funny to me, the modern interpretation of that. Like, people did not dress like this. Not like normal people, like famous people did, but... And I'm not saying it looks bad, I'm just saying. Why they gotta show Nut like that? Why they gotta do that to me? Do you want me to cry? I won't do it. No. Overall, I think it was a good performance. I think just the song choice wasn't the best. It was a very chill kind of vibe song, which has its place, and they did it very well, but it's not one of those like jump on your feet, cheer, scream along, dance along. Like it's just kind of like you vibe with it and you're like, yeah, like they're doing great. Which the judges have not liked that in the past. They don't like people stepping outside of their comfort zones as much as they say they do. I'm not forgetting last week, judges. They'll say they want you to step out of your comfort zone, and then when you do, they punish you by kicking you out of the alpha team. I don't think it was their strongest performance at all as the alpha group. Not to say I think that's because of Nikki. I think they all did fine. I think he did good too. I just don't think this song was their strongest one they've ever done. But let's see what the judges have to say. It's really interesting. Pisani mentioned that they all did well. The addition of Nikki kind of gave them a different energy, which I think partially is just attributed to the song that they chose, not just Nikki. He does have a different energy, but I also think partially it was the song. But there was she was saying that Fluke like didn't communicate the song as well as he had before, and he mentioned in his little confessional interview that Lego and William, they got to be paired together and they've been on the same team this whole time, and he had to be paired with Nikki, who they all know. I think they're all like living in the same dorm together or something, but they haven't worked with before. So he was at a more of a disadvantage compared to them. He was just saying that in his confession. He didn't say that to the judges. And I think that is an interesting point of view. I had not thought of that he's having to work with the new guy that they've never worked with before. So, you know, they're kind of having to scramble to get the feeling and the energy that Lego and William just have because they've been working together for so long. Interesting. They're all praising Lego a lot too, and that his singing has improved a lot and that he did well. And when they were talking about William, they were like, William, we all know you're amazing. You did great. But once again, they critiqued Nikki's singing compared to the rest of them, and I would have to agree. And it's just insane to me that they took Nut out of the alpha group and replaced him with Nikki for somebody who still can't get their singing down. And I know we talked about it in the comments of the last episode. There's probably a lot of reasons. They hadn't changed anyone out in the alpha group yet. That was, I think, just the thing that kind of had to happen at some point. But it's just crazy to me that like Nut's critique was like minutia about his like communication of emotion during the song, and Nikki's critique was like, your singing still isn't good enough yet. And I'm like, so you're going to put somebody in the alpha group when their critique is like, your singing isn't there yet? Like, that's a pretty major. We talked about it in the last episode. We don't have to talk about it again.
กลับเข้าสู่โปรเจกต์อัลฟาครับกับการแข่งขันในรอบ Survival Beta และตอนนี้ถึงเวลาของ Beta
The first beta team in the mashup challenge.
Mashup ต้อนรับกันเลยครับกับทีม Beta M2 ครับ
M2. Who's our beta M2? Who do we have? Nut, Thui, and somebody. Keen. He looks so fierce. Keen normally has a much more gentle vibe. I'm excited to see Nut and Thui perform together. I'm also excited to see groups of 3.
และตอนนี้ถึงเวลาของทีม Beta M2 ครับกับเพลงวายร้ายร้ายก็รัก
พอผมลงมาเป็นเบต้าแล้วผมรู้สึกว่าแพชชั่นในการทำโชว์หลายๆคนที่เป็น
Yeah, he gets to fight with the underdogs.
และการมีแพชชั่น
They're all fighting to prove themselves.
มันทำให้ผมอยากมาซ้อมทุกวันแบบมันอยากซ้อมอ่ะ
I like his outfit too, with the sheer sleeves.
การทำงานของจริงนะครับจะแสดงออกว่าพวกเรา3คนเนี่ยคือวายไลน์แล้วก็จะเป็นโชว์1โชว์เลยที่เดือดมากๆแน่นอนครั้งนี้ผมบอกเลยว่าไม่แพ้แน่นอน
Let's see. Well, they certainly are dressed very villainously. Was that like they were being arrested? Louis has such a clear tone, even when he's doing all those dance moves. That is not easy. I'm assuming it's an aspect of the original song, but Nut has such a fun, like, tone he added to his voice for this song. I like it. I loved that performance. Nut and Thui always have such great energy and they always bring it. I always enjoy their performances, and having them together was just even more fun. I do think, though, that having them in trios really just showed, like, Thui and Nut just brought it. And Keen is very talented, but he just didn't hit their level. Like, they were conveying every motion had this depth of emotion to it. Like, every expression, every dance move, every note they were singing was like to embody the song. And I feel like Keen just didn't accomplish that. Not to say that he's not talented, because he absolutely is. He just doesn't have that star power, that it factor. Like, I don't know what else to call it. I do think getting kicked out of the Alpha group really lit a fire under Nut, because he did not come to play this week, and Thui never comes to play. So I think the two of them matched energy really, really well. But let's see what the judges have to say. I love Zani. She told Nut, even though you are not in the Alpha seat this week just proved that you deserved to be there, and it doesn't make you any less of a contender. And I'm like, that's right, Zani. I love him. Apparently the judges disagreed with me about Keen. They all thought he was an amazing all-arounder who conveyed the emotion well. They're the experts. They see it. So I can only speak from what I witnessed. They did also praise Thui a lot, which I agree with. And apparently the one of the judges, Dan, used to be in a group and called like D2B or something. And the other judges were saying Thui reminded them of Dan when he was in D2B, and that was funny. That was a cute little like back and forth exchange. And they all praised Nut a lot, of course. They all praised them all a lot, very directly. And yeah, I think they did really good. So let's move on to the next beta group.
M1 ครับกับเพลง
Beta
ฉันจะฉาบเธอ
M1
มูเตลู
M1 we have Champ, we have
ก็ผม
Ong
ว่าคอนเซ็ปต์
Pao
ไว้ว่าเป็นแบบ
and
จะไปปราบคน
music
ไม่ดีที่มา
An
ทำร้าย
interesting
เธอ
trio.
โอ้ยสำหรับผมยากแบบยากมาก
มันเหมือนเรา
I think that this will be the first time that Champ and Ong Pao
ทั้งเต้น
are not going to be able
เป็นโจทย์
to
ที่
hide
แบบ
behind
พิสดารที่สุดในชีวิต
anybody
แล้ว
else. Not
ยัง
that
ไง
I'm
ครั้ง
saying
เนี้ย
they're
ฉันก็
not
จะเอา
talented.
best
Don't
performance
get it
ได้
twisted. I'm saying they're going to really have to push it and shine, and it'll be interesting to see if they can.
ให้เธอทำแบบนี้ทำไมมันแรงเกินไปแทบยืนไม่อยู่ทุกทีเธอบอกเธอจริงจังมีแต่ฉันเท่านั้นฉันเลยเชื่อใจตลอดเราจะไม่ชอบต้องชนนะเราจะไม่ใช่ต้องลองแบบนี้ไม่ได้เล่นกันด้วยกลไม่ได้เล่นกันด้วยมนต์ให้เธอดวงไม่ดีชอบใครก็ให้โดนเททุกทีเล่นมือถือก็ให้กดเหมือนกันเพราะฉันจะชอบเธอดูเธอรู้ดูดูเธอรู้เสกเธอให้หันมาสบตาบุพเพสันนิเซนะทำไปให้ได้ใจอ่อนชอบมากและแต่แค่ไม่กล้าบอกจะทำกันขนาดนี้คงต้องปล่อยเธอวันนี้ให้เธอรู้ไม่ดีชอบใครก็ให้โดนเสียทุกทีเล่นมือถือขอเน็ตไม่ดีเพราะฉันจะชอบกันทุกวันนะใครเอาไว้เธอไปไม่ทันทำใครไว้ก็ไปโดนเหมือนกันเพราะฉันจะชอบเธอภาวนาแค่สักนิดให้เธอคิดเหมือนกับฉันใจมันมีไว้ให้ใช้เธอก็ใช้ไปกับฉันให้เธอรู้ไม่ได้ชอบใครก็ให้โดนเททุกทีเล่นมือถือขอเน็ตไม่ดีเพราะฉันก็ชอบเธอให้เราติดทุกวันนัดใครเอาไว้คอยไปไม่ทันทำใครไว้คอยโดนเหมือนกันเพราะฉันจะชอบเธอให้เธอรู้ไม่ดีชอบใครก็ให้โดนเททุกทีเล่นมือถือขอเน็ตไม่ดีเพราะฉัน
They brought a lot of energy, which was good. And honestly, I think music is so talented, but I think this was finally the week that Champ and Ong Pao couldn't rest on the laurels of stronger performers in their group. In a trio, you kind of all have to be really powerful, or only one of you has to kind of be a weaker link. But in this case, I think they both were. And I worry that that's going to bring music down and that the whole group might get eliminated. They're talented. It's like, I don't want people to think I'm not saying that. And I know I say it every time. They're talented. They made it this far. They're clearly talented. But Champ and Ong Pao they don't have it like other of the stronger performers do. They've definitely only made it this far because they keep getting saved by fan votes. If it was just up to the judges, they would have, in my opinion, gone home already. And they just don't have it. They don't have that it factor. They don't have that pop. They just aren't as good of performers as other people in this show, as people who've already gone home. Again, it was a fun performance, but their talent is just not there. And if they don't go home this week, I'll be surprised. But I've been surprised before, so we'll see. I think it's very telling when one of the first things the judges say is how much they've improved, which sounds mean because they have. They've all improved a lot. But, you know, with the other performers, like, I mean, think about with like Dewey and Nut, they were like, you guys were rock stars on the stage. You had great unity. You conveyed the emotion. And with these, they're like, you guys have improved a lot. I'm like, ooh, ouch. These judges were extremely nice compared to some of the criticisms we've gotten against other performers. And again, I'm sure that they don't show all of the critique that they say. They edit it for the drama. And listen, I've dogged on Dan before, P. Dan, but he was saying what everybody was thinking. And he was saying, like, Ong Pao, you're just not strong enough yet. Like, you're just not strong enough. And I'm like, thank you. Somebody needs to tell him. Like, he's very handsome. And I know he's gone on now. I think he's an actor now, which I think is a much better fit for him. And I hope he succeeds and he has a successful and enjoyable life. But he's just not where the other people are. And neither is Champ. But I think Ong Pao's a little more obvious than Champ is. Just my opinion. And all the judges are praising music a lot, which I totally agree with. He, in my opinion, absolutely carried this performance. But even Zani was saying, like, Champ, you did amazing. Champ, you improved so much. Champ, you did so well. I'm like, And he does have charisma. He has energy. He has confidence on stage. In my opinion, he just doesn't quite have the skill. And I feel like that is something that people should be mentioning. I don't know. And maybe in their minds, they're like, well, we can teach him that, which I guess is true. But I don't know. It's interesting what the judges point out and what they don't point out. What do you guys think?
และนี่คือโอกาส
All
สุดท้าย
right.
ของพวกคุณ เพราะนี่คือ Survival Beta ครั้งสุดท้ายในโปรเจกต์ Alpha ครับ
Last
มีอะไร
survival.
งัดออกมา
Oh,
ให้
this is
หม
the
ดเลย
last
นะครับ
survival
ตอนนี้
beta
ถึง
round.
เวลาของทีม Beta
Beta
M3
M3
กับเพลง
perform
Sexy
Sexy
Lady
Lady. We have Time,
เข้า
Diao,
กันได้แบบ
and
ดีมาก
Hong.
มันเป็น 2 เพลงที่เซ็กซี่เลดี้ก็ยังอยู่ในเนื้อเพลงอีก
ทีมเราทำมามันประมาณแบบว่าโชว์แบบให้คนดูมานั่งดูงานประกาศรางวัลผมคิดว่าแค่เปิดมาก็ว้าวแล้ว
เพลงนี้มันรวมอย่าง เรียกว่า handle ยาก มันเหมือนรวมเป็นโจทย์ยากสุดๆแล้ว มันไม่ใช่แค่การเต้นอ่ะ มันคือเรื่องหนึ่งเหมือนคุณดูหนัง เหมือน MV หนึ่งแล้วอ่ะ แบบว่าเท่มาก เหมือนเราแบบเปิด MV ใน YouTube มันไม่ใช่แค่การโชว์แข่งขัน
Sexy Lady.
Oh, I like the cinematography vibe. That was a fun performance. That was so fun. This was a very talented group. I think all three of them, I think, really were on the same level. Like, I think with Dewey and Nut, in my personal opinion, like, Keen didn't, like, match their level, but, like, as a group, they did really good. All three of them were matching each other's level, and it was so much fun. I also think, not to say they haven't had performances where they've, like, been sexy or, like, done sexy moves, but I think this is one of the only performances I can really think of off the top of my head that they've done where like being sexy is like the whole point, or like acting sexy. So that's been interesting to see how they embody that, and I think they did a very good job. And I know I've said it before, but Hong's voice is just so clear. He's got this clarity of tone that is just beautiful. And he just stands out even when he's not trying to. Not that he can't blend, I think he can blend well as well. And it's not to say that Time and Diao aren't talented because they both are, but they just don't have that clarity of tone that Hong really does. And just this just unabashedness in himself. I talked about it a few episodes ago, but he just seems so comfortable in his skin. And the others do as well, especially now that the show's been going on a little bit and they've all gotten more confident. But he just seems like he'd be down to try anything and just go for it and give it his all and not care how other people think about him for doing it. And I just really like that about him. And I think that it really came out a lot in this performance. And I think Time and Diao are really talented, but it's I can see now where they're trying to start building a group. If you okay, we need a powerhouse singer, at least one. Neither of them are as good as William. So they're not going to make the group. I can see it. I can see how they're starting to put the pieces together. And it's very interesting. I'm enjoying watching it with the benefit of hindsight. So the judges really said they had great teamwork, that Hong really embodied the performance and that his moves were very good. He seemed very himself and very comfortable doing them. Several of them mentioned his dance moves. That Time was amazing. If they had a band, they'd want him in it. That Diao really did well with his falsetto, which that's not easy. So he did do very well. And I noticed it too. There's a part of the song where they all went to separate parts of the crowd and were trying to flirt with the crowd. And Diao went over to part of the judges table and was trying to flirt with the judges from the stage. And he was very successful and convincingly very good at flirting. And it showed Sunny, and he came over and she's like, I had to avoid eye contact. He didn't look away and I couldn't look. I had to scream and cover my eyes. And it was, I felt similarly when that part was up there. I was like, but I think they were really, really strong. They might win best group. I'm intrigued to see. If I had to pick who would win best group this week, it would either be this group or Thuy and Nut's group. But I think, like I said, where I think Thuy and Nut were absolute rock stars, I think Keen kind of dropped them a little bit. Whereas in this group, I think every single one of them was a rock star. So I will be curious to see what the judges decide. The judges also said that it felt like Hong was whispering in their ears seductively, I assume. So
กลับเข้าสู่โปรเจกต์อัลฟาในรอบ Survival Beta ครับจากเบต้าทั้ง3 ทีม
Out of the 3 beta teams, only 2 will go on to become America's Next Top Model.
ผมรู้สึกว่าลึกๆก็รู้สึกว่าก็ยังสู้ได้
ที่ทำผลงาน
Which two
ได้
were
ดี
the
ที่สุด
best performing
2 ทีม
beta
จะเป็นทีม
teams?
ใด ขอเชิญฟังจากพี่แดนครับ
ทีมเบต้าที่ผ่านเข้ารอบทีมแรกนะครับคือทีมเบต้า M2 ครับ
M2. Oh! Nut and Thuy. I mean, I know they're going to make it because they're in the final group, but it's still stressful. There's no way it's not going to be the third group.
ทีมนี้มีพลังงานที่ดีมากๆในการ
There's just no way.
เขย่าเวทีอารีนา
ไปแล้ว1 ทีมครับเหลืออีก1 ทีมเท่านั้นที่จะได้ผ่านเข้ารอบและทีมสุดท้ายที่ได้ผ่านเข้ารอบในวันนี้ขอเชิญฟังจากพี่ซานีครับ
ทีมเบต้าที่ได้ผ่านเข้ารอบเป็นทีมที่2คือ M3 ค่ะ
obviously. There's no way that the other team was going to beat them with the praise that they got.
3 ครับที่ผ่านเข้ารอบครับพี่ซานิ
Do you need to ask why
ตัดสินยาก
after
พอสม
the
ควรเลยค่ะ
critiques
เพราะ
that
ว่า
they
จริงๆ
gave?
แล้ว
I think
ทั้
it's
ง
pretty
สองโชว์
obvious.
ดีหมดเลยค่ะแต่ว่าเราก็ต้องมาตัดสิน
ตอนที่ประกาศว่า
Pisani said it was neck
แบบ
and
พอ
neck.
เราผ่านเข้าไปก็รู้สึกว่ามันคุ้มกับการที่เราเสียเวลา
Was it
มาทั้งหมด
really?
ทำมาทั้งหมดทุก
I'm
อย่าง
very
อย่างน้อย
curious
เรา
if it
ได้
was.
เข้ารอบไปก็ต่อชีวิตที่จะเป็นเบต้าครึ่งหนึงละ
เขาว่าเส้นทางในรายการของพวกเขาทั้ง 3 คนจะถูกตัดสินด้วยการโหวตของผู้ชมทั้งประเทศ
I can't be
ครับ
trusting these people.
ซึ่ง
It
เราได้
should
ทำ
be
การ
music.
เปิดโหวตไปเมื่อวันที่ 29
Music
มก
is
รา
the
คมเวลา
one
4 ทุ่มครึ่งครับและ
who
ปิดโหวตไป
who
เมื่อวันที่
could
5 กุมภาพันธ์
have a fighting
เวลา 6 โมงเย็น
chance
ครับ
if he
ซึ่งในสัป
carries
ดาห์
on in
นี้
this
จะมี
competition.
เบต้าที่ต้องออกจากการแข่งขัน 1 คนด้วย
Let's
กัน
see what
นั่
the
นหมายความว่า
people
จะมี
decided.
2 คนที่ได้ไปต่อครับ และเบต้าคนแรกที่ได้ไปต่อในรายการคือ A05 แชมป์ครับ
ก็รู้สึกดีใจครับฉันก็อยากทำโชว์ต่อ
อ่างเปาและ
And then
มิว
there
สิ
were
กนะครับ
two.
เรามาฟังผลกันครับ และเบต้าคนสุดท้ายที่ได้ไปต่อในรายการครับ เขาคนนั้นคือ
It really needs to be
อยากให้เป็
music.
นชื่อผม
But I don't have a lot of hope.
วันนี้มากเราเต็มที่ที่สุดแล้ว
A02 อังเปาครับ
Okay.
การแข่งขันรอบ Survival Beta รอบสุดท้าย
The
ของ
last
Project
part
Alpha ตอนนี้
Survival
เดินทางมาถึง
Beta
ช่วงสุดท้ายกัน
round
แล้วครับเบต้าทีมที่ดีที่สุดกับโจทย์เพลง
Ah,
Mashup
yes. Who will be
จะ
the
เป็น
best
ทีมใด
beta?
ระหว่างทีม M2
I'm
ในเพล
actually
ง
not sure.
ร้าย
I'm
ร้ายก็
curious
รัก
to see who they
หรือทีม
choose.
M3 ในเพลงกับโจทย์เพลง Mashup
I feel like they
ไป
might
ฟัง
pick
การตัดสินจาก
Sexy
พี่โต
Lady
เลยครับ
และ Best Show
again
วัน
just
นี้
because I think
ก็คือทีม
Keen kept the other performance from being as amazing as it could have been. Sorry,
คิดว่าก็มี
Keen.
โอกาสเป็นตัวเองแหละ เพราะว่า
Like, you know what I
reaction มัน
mean
ดีอะให้คนดูรู้สึกว่ามันตื้นตันแล้วก็กลับบ้านไปนอนหลับฝันดี
ผมคิดว่าทีมผมเนี่ย
Ong, what
มั
you
นมี
talking
ควา
about
ม
giving me
มีความ
sweet
ดุดัน
dreams?
มันต่างจากเพลง
Aren't you a little young for that?
เสน่ห์
Does your mother know that you're
ที่
out?
ที่สามารถตกคนดูได้อาจจะ
I kind of want it to be Tui or Diao, like someone who hasn't had a chance to do it yet.
เบต้า M2 ครับ
Oh, that's kind of surprising to me, but okay.
ทังและความคมของทุกๆอย่างอะ
The
มันเฉือน
judges
นิด
know
เดียว
best. They're the
ก็เลยอยากให้
professionals.
เบต้า M2 ได้ครับ
และนั่นหมายความว่าอะไรครับ มันหมายความว่า
I want it to be
ที่มีสิทธิ์ท้าชิง
Tui
ตำแหน่ง Alpha
because I
จะถูก
want him to have a
คัดเลือกจาก
chance.
ทีมนี้เท่านั้นเบต้า M2 ครับจะ
And they
เป็น
really
ใครนั้น
praised him a lot.
ไปฟังกันเลยครับจากพี่แกงส้ม
เอาจริงปวดหัวมากกลุ่มขมับคุยกันแล้วโอ้โหแบบมันยากจริงครับ เพราะว่ามันดีทุกคนเอาจริงมีทุกคน แต่ก็มันมีได้คนเดียวเนาะเพราะฉะนั้นวันนี้เบสเบต้าของวันนี้ก็คือ
ผมคิดว่าพี่นัทเป็นคนที่มีโอกาสได้เบสเบต้ามากที่สุด
Oh, he's
เหมือน
saying
ที่
like,
กรรม
no,
การ
no, it's not
ช
gonna be
ด้วย
me.
แล้ว
It's
เขา
not
ชอบ
gonna
พี่
be
นัท
me. He probably doesn't want to
เป็น
hope.
คนใหม่อะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับ
Yeah, no offense to Keen.
มากแบบมากๆเลย ทั้งที่กรรมการบอกทั้งที่
He
พี่ๆ
would
เขาบอก
not
อยู่แบบปล่อยของทุกอย่าง
win an
ที่
alpha seat compared to who's already up there, in my personal opinion.
A 26ตุ้ยครับ
It's Tui! Yay! I'm so excited.
ตอนนั้นตกใจมากเลยแบบเข้าใจพี่ไทม์เลยว่าทำไมถึ
มั
ง
นมากพอ
I'm happy that he's been
ที่จะไป
saved
สู้กับ
by
อัลฟา
some
ได้
fan
อะ
votes.
แล้วเรารู้สึกว่า
Obviously, he makes it into the
เราอยาก
final
เห็น
group,
ตุ้ย
and I'm
อะ
happy he does,
ขึ้นไป
but
ชิงกับอัลฟา
he's one who I
และ
think
เชื่อว่าตุ้ยจะทำให้การแข่งขัน
really
ตำแหน่งอัล
deserves
ฟา
to
เนี่ย
be
มันดู
saved
เดือด
by
และมัน
the
สนุก
fans.
เหนือแน่นอน
ให้เต็มที่
Give it your all. Who's he gonna compete against?
และตอน
I
นี้ถึงเวลา
I had to bet.
อัลฟาแล้วครับอัลฟา
bet Nikki and
มี
Fluke.
อะไรอยากจะพูดคุยกับเบสเบต้าในวันนี้ไหมครับ วิลเลียมครับ
ครั้งที่แล้วที่ผมลงไปผมก็ทำมิซานีร้องไห้นะครับแต่ถ้าผมลงไปครั้งนี้ก็ไม่รู้เหมือนกันว่าใครจะร้องไห้
พี่ก็เคยลงไปแข่งมาแล้วเนาะก็ถ้าท้าพี่เดี๋ยวพี่ก็กลับขึ้นมาแหละ
To be fair, he is very experienced in the challenge, so
ที่ล้มอัลฟาได้ถ้าสู้กับเบสเบต้ามันก็น่าสนุกดีนะครับ
ฟีลแบบสบายดีครับ
ครับอยากจะบอกว่าการอยู่ตรงนี้ไม่ใช่เรื่องง่ายนะครับผมถ้าคิดว่าจะมาแทนที่ได้ก็ลองดูครับ
I wonder if they like practice their like trash talk in the mirror. I'm sure they must.
และ
I can't come up with
ถึ
stuff
ง
like
เว
that
ลา
on the
ของ
fly.
Best Beta ตุ้ย Challenge Alpha
The
คนไหน
alphas you'd like
ก่อน
to
ที่จะเลือก
challenge.
บอกเหตุผลก่อน ขอที่มาว่าทำไมถึงจะเลือกคนนี้ที่เราจะเลือกครับ
คือสำหรับผมอะโชว์ของคนนี้เขาเคยขึ้นมาเป็นชาเลนจ์อยู่แล้วแล้วก็แบบเป็นโชว์เดี่ยวของอัลฟาที่ผมชอบที่สุดในรายการเลยแล้วตอนนั้นคิดว่าแบบถ้าสมมุติผมได้เป็นอะเขาจะเป็นคนสุดท้ายที่แบบผมอยากทำโชว์ด้วย แต่แบบพอมาตอนนี้แบบผมรู้สึกอยากทำโชว์กับเขาแล้ว
Best Beta ตุ้ยครับและ Alpha ที่คุณเลือก Challenge คือ
ผมบอกเลยว่าผมพยายามจะจ้องหน้าเขาแบบไม่กลัวแต่จริงๆคือแบบอย่าทานไม่เอาเลยที่แล้วจะเอาอีกเหรออะไรเงี้ย
William's like, I was acting like I wasn't afraid, but inside, I was afraid.
เดี๋ยวเลยมองหน้ากูเลย
คือตุ้ยกับผมอะชอบแบบมาเล่นบีทบ็อกซ์ด้วยกันผมก็แบบแอบคิดนะแบบว่าเฮ้ยหรือว่ามันอยากแบทเทิลบีทบ็อกซ์วะ อะไรอย่างงี้
ผมให้ 80-90% เลยพี่ตุ้ยน่าจะเลือกผมมันมีเงาอึมครึมอะที่มานั่งประทับบนผมอยู่แล้วทอนรู้สึกว่าแอร์ไทม์น่าจะมาหาเราอีกแล้ว
Lego wants his airtime. All the judges.
เลโก้ครับผมเลโก้ครับผม
That is surprising. Not who I would have suspected.
ผมเอง
But yeah, if he wants a challenge, he's gonna get one.
ผมบอกเลยว่ามันจะเดือดอยากให้มันเดือดกว่า EP 8 ด้วยปิดฉาก Challenge Alpha แล้วกันเนาะครั้งสุดท้ายก็จะทำให้เต็มที่
Last challenge alpha
ถ้า
next
เราทาเลโก้
episode.
อะมันเป็นการพุชตัวเองออกมาแสดงว่าการที่ถ้าผมจะชนะเลโก้ได้ ผมต้อง
Wants
ทำให้
to
ดี
push
กว่าโชว์เก่าของเลโก้
himself, okay.
เหมือนผมเอาโชว์เก่าของเลโก้เป็นบรรทัดฐาน
It's so interesting to see the strategies of like, I want to push myself and go after the best person, where I'm like,
ชอบคนใจถึง
I'm gonna pick off the weakest link.
ชอบจัดนี่คือกรรมการดูแบบผิดคาดมันเกิดอะไรขึ้น
เดือดแน่นอน
เดือดแน่นอนเราพูดอย่างนี้ว่าเดือดแน่นอน เพราะว่าเมื่อกี้เลโก้มีจังหวะที่สะบัดหันหน้าไปแล้วแบบ รอเลย
รอเลยกับการแข่งขันในครั้งนี้ครับ แต่
Listen,
เช่นเคย
Zani
มันไม่
and
ใช่การ
Lego
แข่งขันระหว่างคนสองคนครับ แต่ว่า
Diva
จะต้องมี
recognizes Diva,
Alpha อีก
okay?
หนึ่งคน
They understand
ที่
each other's
จะบังคับ
energy.
ลงมาแข่งขันในรอบนี้ด้วย คืออัลฟาที่มีคะแนน
Okay,
โหวต
who's
สะ
gonna
สมจาก
join?
ผู้ชมทั่วประเทศน้อยที่สุดครับ
Gonna be Nikki or
และ
Fluke?
หนึ่งใน3 คนนี้ก็คือ
There ain't no way William getting the least amount of votes.
A 08 ฟลุกครับ
Freaking Fluke can't catch a break. Oh God, again. He's a great performer though. But Lord, I mean, there is something to be said about the fact that every time he's had to go down there, he's come back.
ผมจะตั้งใจทำโชว์ว่าจะไม่ทำให้คะแนนโหวตของทุกคน
I have a feeling from what people are saying though, next episode is the one where he will not
เป็นยัง
return
ไง
his
จะดี
alpha
แค่ไหน
seat.
ยังไงก็ฝากติดตาม
So
ด้วยนะครับ
I'm curious to see what will happen.
กรรมการ
I don't know, does that mean I
ความ
love
รู้สึก
you?
ตอนนี้เป็นไง
ผมน่ะตื่นแต่เช้ามาถึงประตูแต่เช้า
The judges are excited, and so am I for next week's Challenge Alpha, the last Challenge Alpha of Project Alpha. What am I going to react to when I'm done with this show? I feel like this show has been taking up so much of my time these past several many weeks, and life just won't be the same without it. It really has made me fall more in love with Lycan, though, and I'm wondering if there's more Lycan content I can react to or engage with in some way. I mean, I'm sure there is. I just have to go look for it, but I might react to some of their like solo performances, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But next week we will have Thui challenge Fluke and Lego for an Alpha Head throne and his own furry jacket. I'm having a feeling, like I said before, next week will be the week that Fluke will be dethroned, and I assume Thui will take his place. So I am intrigued, curious, eager. It's going to be interesting. It will be a challenge for the ages. What did you guys think about this episode and these performances? Did you agree with my opinions? Did you disagree with my opinions? I am just so interested what the judges thought about Champ's performance and Keen's performance. And again, like I say every single time, I'm not saying they're not talented. They've made it this far. They have talent. I just don't think they're on the same level as everybody else. And I just want to talk to the people who are voting. I just want to talk. It's been 2.5 years. I just want to talk. Or a year and a half. A year and a half. I just want to talk. But I am losing the light. I hope it hasn't been too dramatic of a lighting change from start to finish that has been bothering you. I am very excited to watch next week's episode. But that is all for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!